Hello, third grade Big Reds. This is your video for your next online social studies lesson where we're learning about our state, Michigan. Over here in the picture, you can see a person using their two hands to make a map of our state, since our state is shaped like a mitten. Down here is the lower peninsula, and up here going across the top is the upper peninsula. And here's Muskegon right here. Let's move on and find out about Michigan's natural resources. In this picture, we can see several examples of natural resources in Michigan. We can see trees, which people use for lumber, and water, which we use for many different things as well. First, let's talk about copper. In our state of Michigan, there are several industries around mining, and copper is one of the natural resources that we can mine or pull out of the earth. Here's a picture of copper here. And over here on the map of Michigan in the red area is what we call copper country. This is where most of the copper can be found in our state. Here is an old picture of a smelter plant or a place where the copper is processed once it's pulled out of the earth. And here's an old picture of some copper miners in our state. And then here's some examples of things made out of copper, some copper pots and cookware. Pipes are made out of copper. Wire can be made out of copper as well. Another type of mining in our state is mining for iron ore. And then again, miners are pulling this metal out of the earth and using it for different purposes. So here's a picture of iron ore. Iron ore could be used a lot in the transportation industry for railroad tracks and probably even parts of the train. Here's an iron ore smelting plant here. And this is showing a bridge with train tracks going over it made out of iron. Car parts are made out of iron, and various tools and machinery are also made of iron ore. Salt mining also happens to some degree in our state. So you can see this underground salt mine here, and then a big pile of it right here. Here is the salt in the salt shaker. Obviously, we know what we use that for. Sand dunes, all the sand we have in our state can be considered a natural resource for the state of Michigan. Sand is used to make different things, sandpaper. Sand is also used to make glass. And then people use the sand dunes for recreation as well, just to have fun with. Our Great Lakes. Here we see a picture of all five of the Great Lakes from outer space. This picture was probably taken from a satellite in space, but we can see the mitten shape of Michigan, the Upper Peninsula up here, and then the five Great Lakes going around our state. The water of the Great Lakes is one of our most important natural resources. We use it for transportation. Here's a huge ship, the Badger, that can take people across Lake Michigan. In our area, we get our drinking water from the Great Lakes as well. For shipping to move things around, products that we need, and also for fishing, which people use for food. And then just for recreation, kids can have fun in Lake Michigan. Adults can have fun in the Great Lakes. It's a great place to enjoy yourself. And we have a lot of wildlife that lives in our Great Lakes also. And we can use the water for watering crops. Farms that grow the food we eat need water from the Great Lakes to get their crops growing. Another natural resource in our state are our forests, and Michigan has a lot of big forest areas. If you look at the map of Michigan over here, you can see the green areas are some of our biggest forest areas in our state. Of course, we use forests for lumber. When we cut the trees down, they become lumber. And then we can use the wood to make things like paper or cardboard. Maybe some Christmas trees are grown in our state too. We can use the wood to make furniture. Of course, wildlife is going to live in our forests. It's important for them. And then people use the forest for recreation, like camping and hiking, and just as a fun place to go. Another natural resource for our state is fertile soil. Now, if we're going to have farmland and be able to grow crops, we need it to be good, fertile soil to do that. So, here we see some pictures of crops that are grown in our state. A few more things grown in our state using the fertile soil that we have in our farmland. Cherries from Michigan are delicious, or farmland for farm animals to graze, like cows or pigs or sheep. That's the end of our videos, third grade students. Now I need you to go into the Google form and remember what we talked about in this video to help you answer your questions in the Google form. Remember to click submit when you're done. Thank you.